There is nothing more rewarding than spending a little effort and a lot of passive time to pull out a flavorful stock to add to hundreds of dishes. You've got risotto, curries, stews, bolognese, soups, noodle soups, seasoned rice. Really, the possibilities are endless. Any dish that requires water, just replace it with stock and you've made it taste better than what it could have been. In terms of protein, I generally use chicken, but that's because I've usually got leftover chicken bones. But if I'm in the supermarket and I see cheap lamb or beef bones, then I might use them. I don't always do this, but sometimes I'll save certain kitchen scraps. I don't always do this, but sometimes I'll save certain kitchen scraps. I don't always do this, but sometimes I'll save certain kitchen scraps. I don't always do this, but sometimes I'll save certain kitchen scraps if I know I've got an upcoming stock to make. As per my chicken wing video, I've usually got wing tips in the freezer, and when I do my grocery shopping, I'll always buy a whole chicken or two to butcher down into cuts for dishes throughout the week. After that, you have free bones and meat for your stock. It's quite simple to butcher down a chook. Start with pulling the thigh away from the body and cut the skin between till you find the joint. Cut through that and put aside. Next, grab the wing. Find its joint where it connects to the body and blast through that as well. The breast is probably the most intimidating for a beginner, but it gets easier the more you do it. I'll use the carcass and the wings for the stock, and I'll generally vac seal and freeze the thighs, drums and breasts for later. If you don't want to do this, that's fine. Just buy 1 kilogram of chicken drumsticks. These are perfect for a stock as they have heaps of meat and 2 knuckles either side for that sweet gelatin. Now, I never make blonde stocks, probably because I never poach fish, and because nothing says yummy like a nice brown stock, so I always roast my bones or meat first. You can do this in the oven, on a frying pan, or in the barbecue. There's really no difference to either method, just get those bad boys browned. Once that's done, bang them in 4 litres of boiling water while you sort out the vegetables. There's an array of different aromatics you can use for stocks, but this is a basic stock recipe, so these are what we're using today. 1 large onion, 2 carrots, 2 celery sticks, 5 to 8 garlic cloves, 2 bay leaves, and around 10 to 15 whole peppercorns. Now, don't add salt. Never add salt. There really is no need to. At the end of the cook, you will want to taste it and be like, damn, this whole house smells amazing, but this tastes bland as... That's fine. You'll be adding this to dishes that usually benefit from reducing. And if this is already salted, you won't be able to control the seasoning at the end. Trust me, never add salt to your stock. A general rule of thumb is never simmer your veggies longer than 4 hours. Any longer than that and your flavours will start to get lost and lose their freshness. It's the opposite for meat and bones. The longer the better, and the longer they simmer, the more gelatin will release from the joints and cartilage. Being a basic stock, we're making this easy. 4 litres of water, simmer everything for 3 to 4 hours, strain and done. It really is that easy. There's no need to complicate it. In the end, you're making flavoured water. If you simmer your stock gently, you will get a clearer outcome, and if you boil it vigorously, it will be cloudy. But I'm not trying to make consommé or clarified stock, so I'm not too fussed if the final result is cloudy. Hell, sometimes I don't even use a cheesecloth when I strain it, but most times I do. After 3 or 4 hours, I intend on the broth to evaporate 1 litre, which will help intensify the flavour. The easiest way to start straining is to use a spider, or whatever this thing is called, and scoop the solids into a colander. Once all the big chunks are done, I'll use a strainer with a cheesecloth and ladle the stock in. That's until I get fed up and pour the lot through from the pot. If the end result isn't 3 litres in total, I'll just top it up with water to get the 3 litres at the end. Once it's cooled down enough for the fridge, chill it or divide it up and freeze it. I usually freeze 1 litre at a time unless I've got a soup coming up, which I most certainly do. My next video will be an amazing split pea and ham soup that my old man taught me years ago. I've tweaked it to suit my personal tastes, And I have no shame in saying that this is amazing, so look out for that one. Super simple stock. It's cheaper than store-bought, tastes 100 times better, and I find it super satisfying. Do it on a Sunday arvo while you're folding the laundry, or while sorting dinner, or even out the back kicking the footy with the kids. It's a little effort at the start, 3 hours of nothing, followed by a little effort at the end. Your soups and stews and curries have never tasted better, trust me.